Okay, so this is a custom World of Warcraft server. I've never played a free World of Warcraft server. I've never played a custom World of Warcraft server. This video is unlisted, and the people I'm sharing this with, well, it's probably going to be unlisted. I don't know. But this is mostly to bait, like, my friends or whoever I link this video to specifically, because I want to maybe try to get them in on this game. It's really early. I'm only level 18. I just bought the Conquest of Azeroth alpha. It's part of this WoW Ascension thing. I don't know, but anyway, this is called Conquest of Azeroth, and it's a very custom. I say very custom. I should say it's very vanilla actually. It has 21 custom classes. You can go to the Azeroth YouTube channel and check out their class trailers, which is what sold me. The class designer, I believe, is the one that even edits the videos. He's got good commentary, and they show off pretty cool stuff. Like, far as marketing, it's good. It's good. It got me. I bought the alpha. So I'm playing a Rime Necromancer, and I'm telling you, if Blizzard was going to put a Lich class in World of Warcraft, dude, this is it. Okay, this is it. I'm only level 18. There's a lot I wish I could show off that I can't. I'm just gonna go over the things that I think are going to be important that you really can't see just watching the class trailers. So you can turn into a Lich. This is a Lich class. You are literally a Frost Lich. And so first of all, this is the Lich form, and you can go in and out of it. It's instant. There are mechanics behind this, and we're going to get into that. You can summon, what I have is Grave Mages. They're basically Frost Mages, and there are really cool mechanics behind that. They can slow people down. You've got your typical pet commands here. Right now, they're in Undead Assault mode, which means they are going to be aggressive towards anybody that attacks me, or and anybody I'm attacking. You can put them in like a passive mode and a protect mode that increases their threat and stuff. There's also like you can raise skeleton archers, skeleton warriors, and they have their own mechanics and stuff like that behind it. And so I don't have a lot of abilities here. I'm only level 18, but there are quite a few abilities already based off what I'm seeing in the talent tree. And there is going to be, I think there's going to be enough depth here. This is theory crafting and speculation, but this is you level to 60 on this server, and it has a very vanilla like kind of feel, even though there's these 21 custom classes. And I did the typical vanilla thing, picking mining, skinning, and first aid. And that's what I would do if I did the fresh start for Vanilla Classic, because skinning is a must. A lot of you know this watching this video. You need to pick skinning if you're going to make money or even have a chance of buying your level 40 mount. And mining helps a lot to have, because by the time you hit 60, you'll have some of the resources you need for engineering. And that brings me to my point of talking about the skills. I have a feeling that this server might have vanilla engineering. Dude, if this has vanilla engineering, that'll be amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. So, okay, everybody pop an Adderall if you haven't already. Stay with me. I'm just going to go into this really quick. Okay, this is a Lich talent tree. Okay, the class is a Necromancer, but this entire tree, bruh, this entire tree is all like Lich, okay? Let me nerd out for a second. Let me explain this shit. Okay, there's a phylactery, very Lich. It's an awesome. If you read the tooltip, it's awesome. And then this also modifies it a bit, which is really, really cool. I don't want to make this video super long, so you can pause the screen at any time and look at that. But and you've got bone armor and what have you is here as well. So you have your Lich form ability itself, and it has this death chill mechanic, which basically means when you're in Lich form, you have a 60% chance to apply the death chill mechanic, which increases your frost damage. So, and it stacks up to 10 times. So every stack increases your frost damage up to 15 seconds. And then at max stacks, at 10 stacks, it'll regenerate some mana, which is really cool. But this whole tree right here, a lot of the abilities, like for example, Cold Wind has a chance of applying Death Chill, and which will apply to your stack, of course. Like applying Death Chill now also increases your critical damage by 1%, stacking 10 times for 8 seconds. I'm trying to stick with just the Death Chill mechanics right now before I go into anything else here. Frigid Ward, which is like your typical Lich Frost Shield, which is totally badass. Also, damage taken applies Death Chill to attackers, which also reduces. This ability also reduces their movement speed by 30% for 2 seconds, which is really neat. So that's another ability that will just go into your Death Chill stacking, along with the fact that 60% of the time you're doing frost damage, you're also building up Death Chill. So you always want to be in Lich form. You're losing damage if you're not in Lich form. But you don't have to be in Lich form. And there's nothing that procs, there's no abilities that procs you into Lich form, which is really cool. Like you're not playing a Demon Hunter or Shadow Priest or an Elemental Shaman and you're forced into this form that has a cooldown or what have you. You have really cool abilities like Disciple of Kel'Thuzad, very, thematic names for ability. Winds of Northrend, you do see a glimpse of this in the Rime Necromancer clip of the Necromancer class trailer. It's that AoE ability, really cool looking ability. That noise we just heard, I think, is from the Sun Cleric class. Really awesome audio effect. There's the audio for the abilities in this game are really cool, but I don't want to trail off on that. So Winds of Northrend does this AoE spell on the ground that has a 8-yard radius. It reduces movement speed by 60% and it lasts 12 seconds. However, if you get the Frigidness talent, it makes it where Winds of Northrend will freeze somebody for 3 seconds, which is cool. And not only that, but it'll also make Command Grave Mage freeze people as well. So you get like a ranged Frost Nova, essentially, because Grave Mages also do AoE damage, which is awesome. So now you can go, say, there's a lot I could unpack so much stuff. I'm not covering everything. This is just some stuff. But you could also go into a Glaciate, which does a 5-second stun. So you could go from, this is how you could chain. Like, if you play Frost Mage, you can go, if you're playing a Frost Mage in MOP, some of you watching this already know this, you can go into a Frost Jaw, and then you can sheep, and sheep again, 3 times out of that. So you can do a chain, Frost Jaw, sheep, sheep, sheep. And that is how you can kind of chain with the Rime Necromancer, for example. This is just one way to chain CC, is you could, for example, get somebody into Winds of Northrend 3-second freeze off of Frigidness, or with your Command Grave Mage, and then immediately follow that up with this instant 5-second range stun called Glaciate. I'm sure there's some kind of DR there, but still, I mean, you can chain that, and then they're put into a stun, which means obviously you can damage them because it's a stun. And then you also have, which I think this is warranted, it's on a 2-minute cooldown, but it is a 5-second blanket ranged silence. They get like a Shadow Priest silence, okay? We're not done yet. Entomb. What does that look like? You're right. It looks like a Cyclone because it fucking is. This is a ranged Cyclone. Put somebody in a Cyclone for 6 seconds. It doesn't look like a Cyclone visually. I'm not around any mobs. Just take my word for it. It's a really cool looking Necromancer, Lich looking effect. It's all very thematic, the whole class. But anyway, 6-second CC where they can't be attacked and they can't attack anybody else. It's a Cyclone. No cooldown. I mean, it's awesome. So you can just only just under a 2-second cast. Very nice ability. Of course, you have your Spell Blight, your typical caster interrupt, 3-second interrupt, which is expected. Now you also have Cryo Shroud. So cool. Okay, it is a 4-second ice block that whenever it ends, it teleports you forward, whichever way you're facing, 20 yards, and then it does a freaking Frost Nova. So yeah, at the end of the duration, teleport forward 20 yards in the direction you are facing and freeze all units within 5 yards. Fucking badass. Okay, now you have, let's see, Oh yeah, Ice Quake. Yeah, that's another ability. Impale up to 8 enemies within 40 yards affected by Death Chill. So there's a lot of mechanics and a lot of things integrated in with Death Chill, for example. So like if you have Death Chill up on somebody and you have enough runic power, you can impale up to 8 enemies here within 40 yards affected by Death Chill. It's basically a ranged attack that does quite a lot of damage. If they have that chill up. And there's things that modify Ice Quake as well. There's things that modify everything. There's so much going on with this tree. The capstones are awesome. And you have a pretty good amount of active abilities based off what I'm looking at, like Arctic Blast, Ice Quake, Frigid Ward. You have these active CC abilities down here. You've got some Frost type active abilities down here. And along with over here, Winds of Northrend, you've got this Soul Freeze ability here and whatnot, and that's just kind of hitting on the the abilities that do damage that are frost related. And then some defensive abilities here. Bone Armor, of course, this is a defensive ability. Cryo Shroud, Bone Armor, which is very thematic and very cool. Mechanically, it's nice. And then you have this, of course, and then Phylactery, which is so cool. You turn into a shade when you're at 8% health, where you're immune to damage and you can fly. So basically, like, you hit 8% health in PvP, for example, you turn into this shade where you can't be damaged, and you're able to like fly back over to wherever you placed your Phylactery. I don't know what the range is on this. Trust me, I'm going to find out soon enough. But you place a Phylactery down on the ground, it lasts 10 minutes, and if it's like a Warlock gate, it's not going to be that great on range, and you're going to have to be really careful where you place that shit, because obviously somebody could just attack it. But we'll see. And then this is really cool. Whenever the Phylactery activates, I'm assuming based off this tooltip that once you hit 8% health, you root enemies in an 8-yard radius for 4 seconds and deal quite a lot of damage, shadow damage to them. And also, in addition, the reagent cost of Phylactery is removed. And to nerd out, I think that's so cool that it requires corpse dust to use the Phylactery. It's so cool. Like the person that did the class design on this, like they understand liches. They understand like the theme and the lore with necromancers in general in Warcraft. I definitely will give them that already. And you go down here, you got some really cool capstone abilities. Unholy Colossus. I just recently saw what this looks like in Discord. Somebody shared it. Really neat. Foul Invocation turns you into a monstrosity for 30 seconds, and you can read over that stuff later. I really like this ability. Shatterfrost and Arctic Blast now deal more damage every 2 seconds for 8 seconds, which is cool. So you get like a nice decent dot that does a decent amount of damage, but you're already using Arctic Blast, you're already using Shatterfrost anyway. So it's nice to have like this right here. And again, I'm not going to go over this skill tree. God, this would be the longest video, but there's so much going on. There's so much there's so much going on with the skill tree. It is very well thought out on paper. So I have no idea how good the PvP is. I have no idea how balanced it is. I have no idea how fun it's going to be at level 60. I am absolutely going to hit level 60 on this Rime Necromancer, and I'll do like a PvP montage. I'm gonna do a PvP video, a level 60 Rime Necromancer PvP video for this alpha. You're welcome in advance. That's gonna happen, but I have no idea. It's too early for me to know like how good or bad the PvP is, or how all this is gonna work. I'm just going off of this right here, this talent tree, and what I've experienced playing up to level 18. So but so far so good, and I think that like speculation wise, I think it's gonna be interesting. I don't know what these other classes can do. I don't know. We'll find out. But no matter what, I am going to hit level 60 on a Rime Necromancer. I'm going to min-max the build. Gonna absolutely get optimal for PvP, and I will make a PvP video and with commentary probably as well. We'll see how that goes. So anyway, I just wanted to get something out there for now. I'm hoping, like, honestly, I can just get some of my friends into this and into buying the alpha. And if I can't, whatever. But I highly recommend anybody watching this to go to the Ascension YouTube channel and actually watch the class trailers. There's a lot of cool stuff there, and there's depth, like, right? Like, I went over all this stuff, and all this stuff has, like, you know, it's I think mostly working. I know this is very alpha, but I'm pretty sure most of this stuff is working, and some stuff may not work. It is just alpha, but anyway, because I don't think the game's going to come out. I don't think they're launching Conquest of Azeroth until like mid 2025. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm not going to make another video until I'm level 60 and like literally fully optimal and like into PvP. So I just wanted to get something out there now, really, and mostly in hopes that I can get like at least one of my friends, you know, that play WoW to play with me on this server. So anyway, that's it.